And we are preparing for live
Yes.
stream to the YouTube. And we should be going live right about now. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on this amazing Ask Me Anything Saturday with Robert Hollis. And this is where you get to ask any question of a certified multi-millionaire. He has helped 67 people as of this date become millionaires, and not just how to become a millionaire, but just how to do things, how he deals with things, because that is part of his success, is helping each and every one of us move on to the next level. Thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on this Saturday, noon p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it is that you are watching right now, because you are watching right now. And it is March 30th. So the end of May today, tomorrow, last day. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The end of March is tomorrow, which is Easter. Why I said May, I don't know. Please don't ask. It just came out that way.
No problem. No problem.
And we just appreciate the fact that you are here with us. If you're now, Ask Me Anything means that you get to ask Robert any question. There are several ways that you can do that. If you're on YouTube, type your question into the YouTube chat. If you're here in Zoom, you can also type your question into the YouTube chat. Or the beauty of Ask Me Anything is you get to ask Robert a question personally. Very simple to do. Raise your hand. How to do that? Another simple thing. Put your cursor on the middle of the screen where you see all of these images of people that are watching. Lisa Marie has her hand up, so she will be going first. But put your cursor in the middle of the screen. On the bottom will be a bunch of buttons. Look for two buttons. One of them could be reactions. Click on that and then click on raise hand. If you don't see the reactions button, number 2, look for the more button, which has 3 dots on it. Click on that, then click on reactions, then click on raise hand, and we will call on you in order in which we receive our questions. Now that we've got that taken care of, I want to say thank you all to all of our people that are involved here in the inner circle and on the channel for Robert Hollis. We have 7,082 subscribers, and it's because of each and every one of you that we have that amount, and we are growing. Can we get 7,100 over the next few days?
Sure.
Please,
Why not?
please help us out. We appreciate that. And speaking of subscribers, if you'd like to join us on either Imaginators or Inner Circle, you can join us at roberthollis.com/join. Click on the join button down below if you're watching on YouTube, or just go to the link. If you look on the chat on YouTube, at the very top, there's a blue bar that says Unlimited Wisdom on. Join the Inner Circle. Click on that, and then click on whatever you would like. Inner Circle is, if you join Inner Circle, you get both the Imaginators and Inner Circle. If you just want to join Imaginators, that's cool too. We appreciate you, and we're glad to have you on board with us. And I want to give Inner Circle welcome to Dad for Autism, aka Lucas Shoemaker. I don't know if he is with us as of right now, but Lucas, welcome. Also Deb Carlson. And then for our brand new Imaginator, Nakia Swint. So that being said, before I give it over to Robert, I love when you post your memes, and today is no exception. Robert shared this with everybody today. If you asked most people to make a list of reasons why life isn't going well for them, they wouldn't be on that list. Exactly, Robert. Something to think about. All right. Now that we've gone through all that, let's get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Robert Hollis.
Never gets old. Hello, everyone. Great to have you on here. I love and appreciate you and Craig, the hostess with the mostest. Thank you so much. What I'm going to start out with today is just really quickly, just a thought. No, it's an imagination. Okay. And why I want to share this with you guys is how many of you know how to do something? Think about this. You know how to do something and you do it so well that it's just so easy for you that you don't even think about doing it. All right. Now, it's amazing because other people will look at that and they'll go, I can never do it. You know what I mean? That I don't know how to do that. Don't know how to do that. So I was watching a podcast today and this guy was talking about, that everything in life has this little portal. And if people can see that portal and go through that portal, their life changes. So here's another thought. It's our imagination. Going to be good at changing that, right? So I know that you guys have heard this, but how many of you, and I want to turn it to Gally really quick because I want to see hands, or you can post in the chat. How many of you know how to play the guitar? Okay, Sandy, Karen, we'll put some other ones in. Okay. Okay, probably John Pierre probably does. Tom, you know how to play? Okay, cool. All right. Is there any one of you that have attempted to learn how to play the guitar? Okay. So now each and every one of us know that, how many of you would say that it would be pretty cool to learn how to play? So all of a sudden, I always tell this story. A lot of you may or may not know this, but I found two identical twins, Mike and Tony Koopas. And I worked with them in a company called NSA that now is known as Juice Plus. And then we went from there to Equinox. And then from Equinox, they decided to start their own company called American Communications Network. Now, oh my God, like a 20-year-old company, done billions and billions of sales, international company. And one thing that always amazed me is Tony would do this thing where he would learn a very recognizable portion of the instrument. Okay. So how many people, when you've been in hotels or big convention centers or whatever, there's always seems like there's a piano sitting around, right? And it's so funny because we would walk and he would see it and he'd go over there and lift it up. And then everyone would be watching like, come on. And he'd do this, with his knuckles. And then he'd lay his hand down on the keys. And it was da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum da 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 dum. And then he'd go, that's enough. And he'd put the keyboard down. And what was very unique about Tony is he would learn just a part of a song and he would practice just that part of the song. All right. So if you went to his house, he always had a couple of guitars sitting around. And what's the number one thing when you see a guitar in someone's home? Do you play guitar? And he would lift it up and he'd look at it and strum it a little bit. You're going, yeah. And then he'd go, just start out playing Stairway to Heaven. Dum 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 dum. People would be going, what? I can't believe you. Well, one of the things that I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank or not, but Shark Tank actually had this thing that came on there, and it was called the Chord Buddy. And see, we always think that we don't know what we don't know. But Ed Sheeran recently got sued because someone said that he stole a song that was done by another band years ago. All right. So and you guys can Google this. It's amazing. So Ed Sheeran said, listen, thousands and thousands of songs are done with 4 chords. And those four chords can be done in different string, just use different strings. So instead of Ed Sheeran telling everyone this, Ed Sheeran got on in front of the jury and just played song after song after song after song after song. I think it was like 20 or 30 or 40 songs, all in a row. Everyone knew what the song was. He wasn't singing. And he goes, I'll play this song with the same four chords. I'll play this song with the same four chords. I'll play this song with the same four chords. And he won the case because he was able to show the jury that this chord sequence is used in virtually thousands and thousands and thousands of songs. So now if you go to Google, I mean, YouTube or Google, but if you went to YouTube and you put in four chord songs, it's such a big deal now that everybody goes, oh my God, I didn't notice that. So what this guy was sharing with him is even though you just know there's four chords, right? For those of you that have attempted to play guitar, putting your four fingers on the neck the right way, and then moving your fingers the right way, and also pushing hard enough on the strings to go against the fret, hurts your fingers. Really hurts your fingers, right? And the other thing is so are you going to play long enough until you get calluses on your fingers? So all of a sudden, this guy shows up on Shark Tank, and let me see if I can grab this. I'm going to have to send this to. I'm going to have to send this to Craig, and then he can do his magic. I should have been prepared, but I wanted to send it to you guys all. All right. And all of a sudden, this guy shows up on Shark Tank. You tell me when you're ready, Craig. And he's got this plastic thing that you put on the neck of the guitar. It's got four things that you press with your fingers, and it's in four different colors. And it's called the Chord Buddy. So I was watching a guy on a podcast, and he was teaching this guy in a matter of seconds how to play a guitar. So instead of using the Chord Buddy, he used a coffee cup. Have you guys seen people with, they play steel guitar and they run this metal thing along the guitar? So all he did is take a coffee cup, set it on the neck of the guitar, and while he played three strings, he moved a coffee cup back and forth between these chords, and you could totally tell what song it was.
Ready and when so, you are.
Greg, you let me know when you're ready.
Are you hearing it or not?
No, we are hearing it, but I think instead of showing how it's made, I'd rather watch Describe what he did on. Okay, you got it playing in the background. I can hear.
All right, hang on a second. Sorry. Where's that? There we go.
Okay. Here you go. I apologize, everyone. One more time.
All right, give me a moment.
Yep. And so the whole reason I'm bringing this up to you guys is, don't you think everybody just normally goes, I don't have time, I'm not good enough, I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to share with you guys why people get in your business and then they stop doing it, or they don't do it at all.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I invented the Chord Buddy for you. You who thought you couldn't play, you who shoved the guitar under the bed, you who had convinced yourself learning to play the guitar would never happen. From the second you put this little sucker on the guitar, you're playing your favorite song in seconds. It is not a hack. You will learn to play the guitar, I promise. We're just going to take a little shortcut, just like training wheels for the guitar. They loved this on Shark Tank. I taught Robert to play in seconds.
Travis, whenever I drive down the street with my girls and a good guitar riff comes on, I want to be a rock star so bad. If you can teach me how to play the guitar...
I promise you I can right now. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
The red one?
Uh-huh. Amazing grace, green, just a green, just a green. How sweet, back to blue, the sound that saved.
Wow. We're jamming, baby!
A rich, go to red, like me. Woo! Y'all, what you've just seen him do would take at least 2 months.
That's true.
When you buy the Chord Buddy system, it is a complete guitar training system. Within weeks, you'll wean yourself off of the Chord Buddy and you're going to be playing like a pro.
I just wanted to thank Travis and the Chord Buddy team for this freaking amazing thing. I didn't think I would ever be able to play guitar, and now I could not be happier.
I want to extend a huge thank you for giving me the opportunity to learn how to play the guitar and bring happiness to the people that mean the most in my life.
Guys, 7 out of 10 quit playing within the first 2 months. You don't want to be one of those. Click the button below to find out more.
Okay. So you guys seen it. So it's amazing. They, of course, Robert said, hey, if you can show me how to play a song I can recognize. And you've seen how excited he was. And also how excited the Sharks were to hear that he was playing a song. So now, of course, sales went crazy, right? And all of you now see this hack. And 99.9% of you won't do shit. Look at Karen. And I want you to ask yourself why. Isn't that amazing? It's mind-boggling to me. So when you get into business and you share something with someone and they get all excited because, oh my God, you know, I got a guitar hanging up here on the wall, you know, Matt's. So I want you guys to get this right away. When you see a portal of how immediately you knew something was difficult and now you know how simple it is. Matt, I forgot I had one. You know what I mean? And well, you asked for one. I got you one. And so now all of a sudden when you think about this, is people now know that it's possible. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. So when you guys excite someone, like again, we can do a little poll here, right? How many people would like 30,000 people responsible for your income, making $1 million plus a year and having freedom? See, when I say that, isn't that like a no-brainer? That's like that to me is an IQ test. And 37 years ago, my answer was yes. Now the next step happens. You actually got to practice. You got to do what you're told and practice. So if you had the Chord Buddy on your guitar, and I say to you, listen, to play this song, first, you got to press the red one and then strum. And 90% of the people go, ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Why not? Well, I don't know how to play guitar, but I'm going to figure this out myself. I'm going to do it my way. And plus, I heard other people that I've never seen them play any songs, but they told me that they had played guitar years ago, and they got this new course and book that they're coming out with. And people go, okay. And so if there's anything that I want to share with you and share with you in this example, is what if there's something that you know that you would love in your life, and there was a portal. There was a simple 1, 2, 3, 4 step. And if you just did it for 15, 20 minutes a day, 3 months from now, you won't even know what you won't even recognize not only who you are, but what you've done for others. And so how many people like the analogy? See? So when people go, I always see, isn't it funny that Robert, on Shark Tank said the same thing? Every time I'm driving in a car and a song comes on and is playing a really cool guitar riff, I go, that would be freaking awesome to do. Well, see, I thought that it really would be awesome to not have to work a job anymore. I thought it would be really awesome to have freedom. I thought it would be really, really awesome to make more a month than most people in the world make a year. All these things were fun for me. And my mentor said, say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. And my deal was, okay, I know it's going to take me a while. I know I'm going to suck for a while. I know I'm going to have people that their elevator doesn't go all the way to the top floor. I know. So it's like, it's so bizarre to me. You guys will see me get passionate about this all the time because I see the opportunity that I'm involved in. And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Talked to Josh a little bit today. And just like he said, his little dream is I'm going to get some small brands, and then they're going to turn into bigger brands. And then he just brought over Savvy, 200,000 active distributors, just put them all in. All the people that didn't know how to sell Hempworks clothes, these women know how to sell freaking clothes. And I know the number one objection already for all the women and guys that looked at it. Too expensive. It's too expensive. That's not why they're in Savvy. They're in Savvy to manifest their lives. They're in Savvy to monetize their lives. I love these people, man. I did a training for them and they're just like, yep, this is what we do. Hey, would you like to quit your job? Would you like to retire your spouse? Would you like to make enough money to give to charity and travel all over the world? Yeah. Say as little as possible to as many people as you can, as fast as you can. Ain't done it. All right. So I just want to share with all of you that as soon as you make the decision that, oh my God, this is easy. I connect with people I don't know and give them a gift, build a relationship with them, and then ask them to do me a huge favor. Wow, was that connect with a stranger, give them a free gift, connect with them, and ask them to do you a huge favor. 4 chords. Do 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 doom 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 doom. So yeah, you keep telling yourself that I can't do this, and it's hard, and I don't like rejection, and my life sucks and everyone sucks, and it's just, there's just a majority of the people that are not willing to have it click in their head. Could it really be that easy? Because if it is, I'm going to do that all day, every day. And in a matter of 60 days, my life is never going to look like this again. I'll change everything in my life in 60 days. And people are like, no, I love complaining. I love blaming. I love being a victim. I like making excuses. You know why? And I go, why? Because I am freaking great at it. I am awesome at it. You asked me to do the 4 chords. I just do 4 other chords. Oh, woe is me. You know, it's somebody else's fault. I can't get over this. I'm going to beat myself up. Some of you have been playing the same 4 chords for virtually your whole entire life. So change your song. Change your story. I love and appreciate you, and I know you can do it. So now on with the questions. Craig?
All right. Wow. What a great opening. And I hope everybody took that to heart. A couple of things before we
Wait a minute.
get.
Curtis asked for the 4 steps that I've sent him a bunch of times. Let me put it in here.
No. I was asking what like where you go into detail on them, like word for word. Like which one is the best one? Which training video?
Hey, Curtis, can we be honest with each other?
Yeah.
You haven't found time to watch the videos I sent you last time.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll send them again because I want you to learn this.
Oh, if those are them, then that's it. I was just asking which is the best one. Okay.
What are the best?
I've done it. I do it. I'm always trying
Watch all the videos, take notes, and do that.
I do it. Okay. I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Very
Curtis,
simple.
you're not the only one that does that, man.
All right. Before we get to John Tier and Lisa Marie Cook, a couple of quick things. Thank you for your donations going to Katie Sanders and Dee Dee Aston. You guys are freaking incredible. If you want to donate to the organizations that Robert supports, and it all goes to those donations, or to those organizations, I should say. If you're watching us on YouTube, click on the $ in the square at the bottom of the chat, and then go ahead and donate. We thank you so very much. That's how simple it is. So Dee Dee and Katie, bless you. Thank you so much. And also, apparently, Karen Owens' birthday today.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. I love and appreciate you.
She's getting all of that in the chats too. So please wish her a very happy birthday, and happy birthday, Karen. Thank you so much for spending your birthday with us. Yeah.
If I can make another thing with Curtis. Curtis, there was 3 things that I constantly do. One is I used to show people exactly the 4 steps, and I figured out something. When people watch me do it, they go, well, that's Robert. He's been doing it for 37 years. He's got magic dust. And so what I did is I taught this to Joshua, Darmela in Africa. All right. And then I taught it to another guy named Coach Joshua. And then I taught this to Mary Valchek. And so after they got results, I interviewed them and asked them what they do. And you're going to hear the 4 steps in all of those videos.
Yeah, I have. You put out so much amazing content. It's like, if you only have an hour or 2 a day to do it, it's like, I can't sit there for 5 hours, 6 hours.
No, don't worry about the other.
Right.
I'll tell you guys what new content is for me. It's like Beyonce coming out with a new album. I get bored out of my freaking mind. And with me praying each and every day that God would give me the ways to be able to teach people how to finally freaking get it. Because I still think it's so crazy, you guys, that someone said to me, hey, I met a guy that makes 62 grand. Do you want to meet him? Yes. I went and met him. I seen his check. and I asked him exactly what you said to me, Curtis. What do I do? He says, say as little as possible, as many people as you can, and get them, do whatever you need to do to be excited to get them to watch this video. And I went, hey, I don't know how to make 62 grand. I'm going to do exactly what he told me to do. I got 72 people to watch it in 30 days. 11 of them came into the business. Out of the 11, 6 of them duplicated what I did because it was so simple. And I just made 10 grand my first 45 days with Bill. And the next thing I know, I'm the same as a super affiliate. Made $1 million before the age of 30. No scripts. Hey, can you introduce yourself to a person and build get them to know, like, and trust you by giving them a gift? So what did I do when I was in the streets talking face to face with strangers? Is I'd compliment them. Give them a sincere compliment. They go, well, thank you. And I said, listen, I was wondering if you could help me out. I really need a favor. I'm helping a guy expand a company. Do you know of anyone that would like to make 6 figures with a proven system? Well, what is this? Why are you interested? I could be. Can I get your phone number? And I'll call you when you get home from work. When is that? And then I'll call you, because we had no cell phones. And then I'll schedule a time to come over and show you and your spouse, your significant other, a videotape of my mentor. So how did it blow up and go to super affiliate? I had hundreds of people in my group that went, Robert made 10 grand by doing this, using the Chord Buddy. And yeah, I know I'm the luckiest person in the world, because I can find people that when they say they want to change their life, they just do it instead of you lie to themselves. Yeah. So, and sometimes I will admit one thing so you guys don't get, what would be the word? Overwhelmed. I will agree 1000%. Finding people in this day and age that want to do anything is really, really different than it was when I got involved in this industry. Yeah, I used to walk up to people, and this is in the late 80s, and I go, hey, do you know anyone that wants to make money? And they would say, me. Nah, what had that? What had that? It's like, do I have to do something? No, you're already a perfectionist at that. Go ahead, Greg.
All right. Thank you so much. And Coach Curtis, thank you very much. Appreciate
Love
you.
you, Curtis. Thank you.
All right.
Love you.
John Tier, Lisa Marie Cook, let's get things rolling. Lisa Marie Cook, you had your hand up first, so please open up and share with us.
Heidi ho, neighbors. How's everybody?
Wonderful, blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How are you?
In the same exact way, only better.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah. Even a bad day, I can flip it back around. I love that. That feels so good.
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, me too. I just got, first of all, I want Robert and Craig and Matthew, I just want you guys to know how much we all appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the bomb.
Thank you,
And
Lisa.
yeah, we are so blessed. I hope everybody realizes that we really are
I'm
truly
just going to
blessed.
keep showing up because it was the deal that I made with God.
Yeah,
So I told him in one of those things, if you can get me out of this situation so I can take care of my family, I will spend the rest of my life showing others.
for sure. Good
So
for you.
I'm not going to let up on it.
Well, we're lucky to be here. So thank you for being my friend. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Okay, so just a couple of quick questions.
Sure.
I feel like with this YouTube thing, I'm losing my identity a little bit, which is not such a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I would love to have just Buddy's place out there, So I have that as a profile and a background picture on Facebook page and YouTube. Should they
Good.
be on all three?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Whatever
Okay.
your imagination is.
Okay, well,
Whatever
that's
your
buddies.
imagination is, every day that you're adding a little bit to it, you're getting closer to your imagination.
Yeah.
Everything else that makes you second guess your imagination is
Yeah,
is your imagination in the wrong place. And
you're
again,
right.
how you identify that is how do I feel?
Exactly. And that's getting easier for me. And it's
I
getting
know it is.
easier to
I can
switch
tell
it.
it. I
Yeah.
can tell it. So yeah, now that you're moving into that, Matt brought up something to me, and it really got me to think. You guys know Matt's like on a totally different sphere than I am. But he said, Dad, when you look at certain individuals, um, they do a persona in front of everybody else. So their persona is different than who they really are.
Okay.
And it's like Pee Wee Herman. It's like Jim Carrey. If you were talking about singers like Lady Gaga or
Matthew said a
Madonna.
performance.
Yeah,
A per
yeah. So they're able to, and it's funny because Craig, is an actor, but they mentally just say, okay, it's a performance, and this is the persona that I am going to be. And then I'm going to step into it. I'm just going to step into it. So the persona of being the incredible blessing and woman that you are, that's bringing Buddy's Place into the world. And the way that I have always said that is, Lisa Marie, when we were young, we would go on road trips. And when you went on road trips to another city, another small city, there was always this thought like, wow, I can be anybody that I want to be because no one here knows me. They don't know all my faults, all the bad things that happened to me, the bad relationships. Now, when I go into this city, I get to be the Lisa that I actually imagined I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So why can't you be that Lisa all the time?
Yeah, that guy needs to go to the doghouse.
He
Dude.
comes out and goes, come on, Lisa, everybody knows who you are.
Yeah.
And they might not be saying or thinking anything. I always love that statement. You wouldn't worry about what people thought of you if you knew how seldom they did.
True.
But
True.
we got this guy, we got Dino. He's just in our ear going, come on, you failed before. You told people that you're going to be successful and you're not. And it's like, okay, then I got to put Buddy's Place, I got to put it down. I got to, boy, those are great words. Because you'd never put Buddy down.
No. And
You'd never put
no.
Buddy down.
No. And yeah.
So that's the
No,
way
I
to
went.
think of it. That's the way you
Mhm.
think of it. Someone starts saying something or this guy comes out and you go, I'm not putting Buddy down. I'm going to make sure everyone in the world knows who Buddy is, just like they know who Mickey Mouse is.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. So,
Yeah.
but let me ask you this. So,
Okay.
being authentic, I do my best to be as authentic as who I am. So where do you draw that line to your imagination of what you really, you know what I mean? Where do
Yeah.
you,
I would say that people that know that being authentic is what they are supposed to do instead of being Santa or Buddy's Place. See, you're working on your imagination. So when children are young and they're wide open in imagination, all of a sudden someone goes flying through the living room. And what do we do as parents? And we don't mean to do this. Stop running in the house.
right?
but they asked us to put a kitchen towel around their neck and tie it in a cape, and they're flying around. Well, if you stop the kid in flying and said, "Who are you right now?" Superman, Superman, Spider-Man, it's like, no, who you are is Lisa. Lisa Marie. No, I am not. I am not.
I'm getting to be more like that. Watch
Yeah.
me.
What is something, since I brought it up? Okay, so we're never going to put Buddy down. Never. So your buddy's what? Your buddy's protector?
I am Buddy's voice. I am his protector, his caregiver, his loyal companion, whatever. Yeah,
Right.
everything.
Some people nowadays, guardians, some people, Buddy is my ride or die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so
He's
that's
so
the way
pretty too, isn't
that's
he?
that's the way you got to protect your imagination.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
for
putting
sure.
Buddy down,
Mhm.
because that's exactly the way I was when I heard about, well, this concept of the more people I help, the more I make. So one day I want to be in front of my creator, and they just go, so what'd you do to deserve to go on? And I'm just about ready to say, and there's millions of people already up there going, let him in. Let him in. And I just get to shrug my shoulders and go,
Yeah. Blush.
well done, good and faithful servant.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
when I say Charles Schultz, what comes to your mind?
Charles Schultz. The first thought that came to mind was Hogan's Heroes. I don't know why, but
Isn't he the guy that did the Peanuts?
oh
Charlie
yeah, yeah,
Brown,
yeah. Yeah.
Snoopy,
Yeah.
Lucy, Big
Yes, I
Ben,
know. The big mouth
Linus.
Lucy. Yeah.
Right. So this guy, can you imagine? He would be the real person that went to Shark Tank and said, I want to draw a cat for you today. Can you imagine how many people, when he was small, what are you doing? I'm drawing Charlie Brown. I'm drawing Snoopy. I added a new friend named Linus. He plays the piano. Lucy always tries to get Charlie Brown to kick the football and then moves the football.
Pigpen leaves a dust of smoke or dust of dirt.
And he's drawing this stuff, and everyone says, what is wrong with you? Until every newspaper in the world picks it up. And then someone called him up and said, would you draw a bunch of cartoon characters? Because we'd like to have Christmas with Snoopy or Christmas with Charlie Brown. And they all, Christmas time is here.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It brings back memories.
Yeah. And so if these people can do it, we can do it.
Yeah, for sure. I believe I can. I believe I
I know
can.
you can. I believe
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah, for sure. And not just
That help?
one. Yes, absolutely, for sure. And I know I'm on the right path because of the evidence of how I'm feeling. So,
Good. That's all
yeah,
you need.
that's right. So, just one other thing about me when I share my link of YouTube anywhere, it comes up with my old profile picture. And
That's because there's certain cookies that are saved on your electronic devices. And
okay, so I
so
should clear the cache.
I maybe there's a YouTube to show you how to do that. I used
Mhm.
to I used to put up stuff on Facebook and then I'd reach out to Matt and I said exactly the same thing as you did. Why isn't anything changing for me? And when
Mm-hmm.
you're on Facebook, he sent me a link that I could put my link in. And as soon as I clicked it, it would take whatever saved. There's Matthew putting it on right there. And so as soon as I put my link in there and did that, then when I went back to it, then everything changed the way that I did it.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So there's got to be one for YouTube. There's got to be one for just know when other people go there, that they're probably seeing the new one.
Oh, okay. All right. So I won't worry about that so much, but I will go back in and do that. And the other question is for Matt and Imaginators, Matt or Craig. So whichever that can, I didn't want to call or I didn't want to reach out to Matthew because I thought he was going to be spending time with Anna. Well, I didn't want to bother him when he's having time with his wife,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Reach out to him when this goes away.
Okay. All right. I will talk to you soon,
Hey,
Matt.
Lisa Marie, what was your question?
Matt, don't go on a
No,
bender.
I know what it is. Okay, Matthew,
If I can answer it quick, I will.
Okay. I'm having problems just transitioning into exactly what to use for exactly what I want to get. So if I've got all these photos, right? All these images, and I have the words to a script and I want to put them into a slideshow, okay, for just like a 30-second reel or a short, right? Should be easy enough and get the captions in there and the emojis and boom, it should be so freaking easy. Why? Where am I
Did you
using the
watch
right
the
tools?
tutorial on CapCut?
I have, yes. I don't know why that one is difficult, but
Yeah,
yes, I have
I recommend
actually.
just taking your time because CapCut is going to be your solution for that. If you want to put a
Okay.
bunch of photos in a row with music or
Yep.
voiceover, yep,
Yeah.
you're going to want to do that with CapCut. So,
Okay. That's all I needed to
and
know.
if you have issues with CapCut, ask
Mhm.
GPT.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, and
All
Lisa,
right.
I love you, but it's like I heard your language,
So
and
it's
it's like,
still there.
wow,
It's ever
I see the
present.
other people doing this and putting slides in with music and doing what I want. Perfect, perfect. And then all of a sudden, but I can't figure it out, and it seems, yeah, it's like, shut up.
Also,
Like, I'm gonna
everybody
figure
here.
this out. I'm gonna look at videos. I'm gonna go through how to do this, and I'm going to get it this time.
Yeah.
It's going to be
Yeah.
really easy for me to get it if I have to go back and forth and do one step at a time. And then what's going to be fun about this is when I learn it,
Right.
get really good at it, like playing the chord buddy. And
Mhm.
and then when people come over, I'm going to impress them with a song or
And
on
you
the
know
internet.
what? I'm gonna make a whole YouTube channel and I'm gonna give little tutorials and I'm just gonna once I figure it out, I'm gonna give it right back to you guys. And
Well, I was gonna say, Lisa Marie, don't be afraid to break anything. You can't break it. And I feel like so many people get stuck in the process of like, oh, there's all these tools. I need to know how to use every single thing here. When I enter a program like Photoshop or anything like that, my main thing that I do is start making things. And then when I hit a hurdle, then I go look up a tutorial. But that's only because when I see a playground full of tools, I want to play with them. I don't look at them with a like daunting look and go, oh no. I go,
Perfect,
holy,
Matt.
look at all this stuff I can use. So I think
I
coming
want
in
to
with that
play with it
mentality,
too, but it's intimidating.
yeah, but you can't break it.
It's what?
It's Dino.
You start dragging
It's
things onto
easy.
it, or something doesn't work, just hold
If
Control
other
Z
people can
and you
do
go a
this,
step
I
back.
can do
It's
this.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're both right. I know.
If other people can do this, I can do this.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna put out some amazing shit. You watch.
I'm proud of you,
Now
Lisa
you are.
Marie. I just want to
Uh,
say I'm proud of you for
Thanks, Matthew.
in general.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely growing. You know, you feel that uncomfortable stuff. It's like that's when you really got to push through because it, otherwise it's too easy to quit. It's too easy.
Right.
And seriously, once I get over that, the hardest part, it's like trying to get up on one ski, you know, just when you can't freaking hang on anymore. It's like, boom, you're up.
Well,
Right?
it's like everything else in life, Lisa Marie. We are masters at immediately saying we need to understand. If only I knew how to do this. No, that's not how it works. You have to imagine what you want to do, and then you start pushing forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to
Seriously,
learn
do
this
it.
a little bit, then I'm going to learn this a little bit. I'm going to learn this a little bit. If some little girl came up to you and said, you know, I heard when you were young, you were good at playing softball. And you go, yeah, I was. Do you want to show me? No, I was just hoping you could tell me. Tell you. Yeah, just tell me everything I need to know about softball.
Yeah.
And you go, no, what are you doing right now? Can I get commission with your parents? They can come along. Let me grab a ball. Let me grab a softball. Let me grab a mitt. Let me show you some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the Chord Buddy.
Right. Right.
See, the very first thing that you go to is allowing them. You guys will love the podcast that me and Craig and Matt did yesterday. And listen to this. You guys will love this. You guys will love this. Some of you are going to know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I say this. How many of you know what nunchucks are?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that you don't know what nunchucks are, right? So I show you some nunchucks, and then I show you a video of Bruce Lee using nunchucks. And then I hand the nunchucks to you. Your head, your groin, or your elbows. Look at your knees. Look at John laughing. Every one of us, that's what human beings do. They go, give me that. And we over exaggerate, or we all have unrealistic expectations that watch this man grab the, you know, and then all of a sudden, what's your next step? Some people will attempt it again, a little slower. But then just like playing guitar, it's like, I don't know how to do this, so I quit.
Yeah.
And if you've seen myself or Matt and Kyle use nunchucks or a bow staff, they even have the competitive ones that are made out of like carbon fiber.
Graphite.
And Matt will stand in front of you just like Kyle, and it sounds like a helicopter blade. You will not stand in front of them because you just hear, and it's just moving around. And how many people, when people start moving nunchucks, don't all of you start like getting away?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like, listen, someone's going to get hurt. So me and Craig were talking along with Matt, and can you guys imagine what people would do if there was really a live lightsaber? So you show them a scene with Yoda fighting with the lightsaber, doing spins, and then you pull the blanket up, and there's a lightsaber there. And you turn it on, it goes boom, and it comes out. If you handed it to somebody, there's going to be a limb cut off. No, why do we do this as human beings? It's not, hey, do you have one that's that long that won't hurt me that I could, and is there anyone that can show me the simple basic step to learn? No. We just grabbed a lightsaber, ring, arm comes off, ring, cut another guy's leg off. And then it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. That this is uncomfortable. This does not feel good, because we just jump into stuff, don't we? And no
Yeah.
one wants to do the basics.
Right. We don't have the patience, and that's what we need.
But
For sure.
what if we did have the patience? What
Yeah.
if we do like all the greatest people in the world have said, like MLK? It's just take a baby step.
I want to learn
Don't-
like I did when I was in high school. That's
Lisa Marie, that girl's still in you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that little girl didn't have this guy. Just recognize him. That's called awareness.
Mm,
Just recognize when, come on, this is going to be difficult. Shut up. I'm not going to learn everything today. I'm going to learn how to put a couple of letters on a picture.
right. Yeah.
And then I'm going to put more than that. And then I'm going to learn how to center it. And then I'm going to learn how to change the colors.
That's so true, Dad. That is the process. Is it's like if you go into every single time you make something, Lisa Marie or anybody with just that excitement for creativity, and instead
Yeah.
of thinking of the end result, think of what you're trying to learn in that session. And if you get frustrated, take a break, come back at it, or try something else that excites you. That's so important to not becoming frustrated and stuck in a creative process, and just allowing yourself not only to play around, but then have those opportunities as you're doing it every single time. Just go exactly what you said,
Right.
Dad. I'm making the text better. The composition looks better. If you guys don't know what composition is, it's how things look in the frame, right? It's like, okay, maybe the text looks better in the top left than it does in the top right, and you've learned something today. Or
Yeah,
you,
and you moving that stuff around constantly,
yeah.
all the little
Well,
elements.
for all you
And
guys,
so
I was gonna
I
say I sent in the Imaginators that Dolly 3 now has editing tools inside of ChatGPT. So
oh,
even that in and of itself is massive. Like people don't realize how
Yeah.
big that is. So now you'll actually be able to, I'll link this in chat for everybody. But now you
mhm.
actually, when you prompt ChatGPT and Dolly to make you an image, you can now click on the select button and edit certain areas and then type new prompts to change things in there like you can in Photoshop.
I
So
saw that. In fact, I
it's so
tried it and
cool.
Dolly did not animate for me.
Oh, it
I
can't
asked,
do that. It can't do the
oh,
animation part. But so the picture parts come from Dolly, the animation comes from something like Pika Labs. So
oh, okay. I guess I missed that. I need to go back over your stuff again, Matthew. I do.
yeah,
I just,
all the tools I try to cover at least once a week on the Imaginators. I know we're not doing it
Yeah.
this week, but
Yeah. Okay. All right.
and
You know what? We got to do our due diligence in our studies, just like we were still in high school.
yeah.
I had
And
homework. I don't know about you guys. I always brought homework home, but
yeah,
but
the
I
other
wanted
thing
to.
too, yeah, the other thing too, Lisa, is just always, I loved always going, you know, I know you guys have heard me say this before, and I know I learned this from somebody. And I don't know who, but it was this phrase called reduce to the ridiculous. Just reduce to the ridiculous until your mind goes, I can do that. So if this guy's telling you, well, you can't start it until you know everything, right? Then the next step that I do is like reduce it to the ridiculous. Okay, so I need to talk to 300 people a day. You are an idiot. You're never gonna do that. Okay. 100 a day. One a day.
That's the ridiculous.
I could talk to one person a day.
Mhm.
Where's Dino? Dino didn't show up. So now it's one a day being consistent.
Right.
And then your mind will go, since you're doing this, try two. We have an inner soul, an inner imagination that So I'll give you a great example because it was just downloaded to me. It's like when a kid dreams of being Superman, he does not say, well, I don't know how to leap a building with a single bound. He doesn't say that. It's like, I guarantee if I keep running around in the backyard and to the living room as Superman, I'll get to that point.
Right.
But right
Exactly.
now, and I only can fly for small amounts. You know what I mean? So I'm running through the living room, then I jump up on the sofa, and then when I jump, I made it like 2 feet. I flew for 2 feet. The thing that I've seen a funny video today is there some video, I know you guys have seen it, but they were talking about how dads have superpowers, and it's always with toddlers that are walking off something. And it's like, hey, so and it's funny when you have small kids and you set them up on the fridge and it's like they just jump off. And so when kids are toddlers, they're like, I'm gonna walk off the porch, and I seen a guy, he was actually in a kayak, and he had a small daughter in there, had floaties on, full life jacket, and you can't tell what she's seeing, but she just goes and just jumps in the water. You know what I mean? And he just grabs her by her left life vest, picks her up, puts her back down in the kayak, and she's shaking her head a little bit. And he goes, "Are you okay?" Big grin on her. The seconds from dying.
Jeez.
Just,
Yeah.
hey, I don't care. And
She's
then
gonna play in the
when we
water.
get older, why when we get older, we're scared of heights? Because a couple of those things hurt.
Yeah.
So as we got older and we're trying to pretend that we're what's that stuff, Matt? Where you jump from all kinds of things.
Parkour.
So Matt and his two brothers used to do parkour until one
Attempted
of them
to do parkour.
crying and their knee was bleeding.
Oh, so I was like, here, hold my beer when we get older.
Perfect, Lisa Marie. Perfect. I love you. I love you.
I love you too. Thanks,
Thank
you
you,
guys.
Matthew.
You guys are awesome.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Lisa
Matthew.
Marie.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Dad.
Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie, and this is also to anybody. If you have access to, Robert, Matt, or I's DMs, send a message. We're not gonna, if you have a question, we will respond. It may not be right away. Send a message. We will respond. Okay? That's why we're here. Okay. Good. Now that we got that cleared
Thank
up.
you, Craig. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you. John Tier. There you go. I want to see that smile. Go ahead, open up and please share with us and welcome.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
Oh man, I am at peace, man. Just at peace. Um, happy to know that a new grandbaby showed up yesterday, a little boy.
Congratulations.
So the family line continues.
How many grandkids now?
Just two,
Wow.
Yeah. So
Got a boy and a girl, or did they duplicate?
we got
Oh my
one
God,
girl,
you got
one boy.
each?
Yeah. So just really excited about that, at peace with that,
Oh my God.
Man,
Being a
you were talking about people being on stage and doing in music, and so yeah, my persona on stage is different than the one than this one. People know me. People know me on stage as Johnny T. And Johnny T is fierce and fearless on stage. He's beastly for real.
It's like when you go to John Tier to Johnny T, the confidence comes on. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're in my world.
Absolutely. And it's beastly mode for real. And it's so interesting because I always get the same question all the time. They say, "Well, do you get nervous when you go on stage?" I was like, No. And I never wondered why until now when you talk about it. I said, well, maybe because that's the other persona. The other
Yeah.
persona, he doesn't get nervous.
No, no,
Right.
it's so true. I tell everybody when I the funny story that I tell is that I was always known as Bobby the auto mechanic. And I know that some people will hear me say this and they're just like, what are you talking about? And so when I met Bill and I was filling out the application to become an independent affiliate, I filled it out, signed it, and there was like probably 8 people in the room. That was it. And he held it up and he says, everyone congratulate Robert Hollis for starting his business. And everyone cheered. And everyone in that room called me Robert.
Yeah.
And 2 months later, and I'm not bragging, 2 months later, it was Mr. Hollis.
Yeah.
I was like,
When
hey,
did that happen?
hey, can you help me, Mr. Hollis? And I was like, yeah, I can. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
wearing the gold pin, you know what I mean? It's like, yes, I can. And
Yeah.
Robert does act differently and think differently than Bobby.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Craig, just to let you know, I do a little acting sometimes too, and that's a different persona as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, okay, like you, I also do some singing on another network that I work with, and it is different. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do create the different personalities. And yeah, I mean, but you are right with the acting side of it. It's like, okay, for this show, I'm going to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I that way normally? Maybe, maybe not.
Right. I had a guy
Yeah.
tell me one time, he says to me, he says, man, when we're sitting here talking, you're so calm. And he said, but when you get on stage, it's like a whole nother person comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What you're saying is exactly right. It's like two sides of a coin, and there are a lot of actors that are out there too, that are that way. They are so shy. I mean, I think I want to say Robert De Niro is probably a classic example of that, where he is very shy, very reserved when he is, or even, okay, John Kerry is another example.
Mm-hmm.
John Kerry, if you remember, I mean, he was way out there.
Robin Williams.
And Robin Williams, exactly. So yeah,
it was funny because Robin Williams said that was the only place that he felt alive was on stage.
Mm-hmm.
When he's performing. So it's like crazy when you think about, okay, don't you ever get nervous? Yeah, when I'm not on stage.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a great comeback? It'd be like, yeah, when I'm, it is really, really bizarre because we again, if Matt, if you got Chat GPT open, which I know that you do, if you put into Chat GPT other words for acting, don't we pretty much know what they are? Pretending,
Yeah.
imagining. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute, why do these words keep popping up?
Yeah.
So a director can look at someone like you or Craig and go, cut. It's got to be way more serious. Okay, I'm ready.
Right.
Cut. Way too serious. Between those two.
Bruce Lee described it. He described it in Into the Dragon, and he was telling a young man, emotional content. It was emotional content.
And now, John, there are so many things that, acting coaches put out there to get you into that emotional content, and experiences and things like that, because obviously the whole idea is that you are trying to elicit honest emotions, an honest you of portraying that character, and people can see the difference.
I played a drunk husband in a it was small skit written by Christine Houston. I'm not sure if you know her or not, Craig, but she was a writer of the show that used to come on Room 222. I think that was the name of
Oh
it.
my God, yes, I remember Room 222. Yes.
Right. But she wrote some small scripts, and so the way I got the part was crazy because I
Okay.
took somebody else to an audition, and I was just sitting there, and they said, "Well, would you just read until the person comes in?" And I was like, "Okay." And at that, they were like, "Oh, you got the part." I'm like, "What? I wasn't trying to get in the part," but they were like, "You got the part."
The reluctant actor. Yeah, okay,
Right.
my girlfriend, okay, does some readings for me when I do audition. And she is like, "No, no, no, I don't want to do it." And yet my acting coach said to me to tell her, "She's good."
Yeah. And then I really added to the part because it was supposed to be a husband coming in. So what I did was I started my acting out in the audience, and I had a hat on and a long coat. And
Yes.
the first time I did it, nobody knew I was going to do it. And I was messing with people in the audience. Hey, what? What are you doing? And they were like, somebody needs to call security or something.
There are shows that do that. In
Yeah.
fact, if you remember a chorus line,
Mm.
the play version of or the musical version, sometimes the guy who is the director sits in the audience
Mhm.
and shouts out to the people on stage the very first time after that beautiful opening number and goes, "No," or whatever the line is.
Right.
And it's like people are going like, "What? Where did that come from?"
Yeah.
It's a great technique. So good for you
and,
because
and,
it's
and, and man, I knew that I mean, because it's a great feeling doing this. And I had this long monologue that I said, and at the end of it, I'm supposed to take a swing header and hit the floor, right? And the audience, I had to stay in character because the lady's like, "Get him, girl, get him, girl."
yeah.
And man, I had to keep from laughing.
Yeah. Because you're in the moment and you want to maintain the character. You know
Right,
what? This
right.
is so cool, John.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm glad. I'm really glad that we brought this up because when I got involved in believing that I could hit the top position in a company because somebody else did, how many of you heard this statement? You need to act or pretend like the person you need to be.
Yes. Yep.
Don't you say act as if?
Yes.
Act as if.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Good
That's
stuff.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Thank you,
That's
John.
it for me, man. That's it.
All right. Love you,
All
man.
right.
Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
All right.
All right. Well, I think we might have time for one more because Coach Bob just raised his hand.
He always does this. He's like,
I
"Listen,
know.
they're about ready to enjoy the rest of their day. Let me raise my hand." And it's like,
So fine then. I guess we'll open it up for Coach Bob. There you go. Come on, open up and please share with us.
Thanks. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Saturday. I'm racking in here. Robert, I want to build I'll try to make this quick. I want to build on what you started with in the first portion of the webinar or meeting here or AMAs. So we know the steps. You beat these into us all the time. I get a different interpretation every time. I get a little bit different. What are the roadblocks that people are having? Why don't they follow them? I mean, if they're that easy, and can you kind of, because I mean, I try.
Yeah, here it is. Here it is, Coach Bob. It's this and everything. I want you guys to think that this is just like everything. It's our emotions. So step one, like using the nunchucks and injuring ourselves, right? The first thoughts in our mind are unrealistic expectations. We set our ass up. That's what we do. And you go, okay, what would be the bottom line of what I'm doing? I'm looking for people that want more freedom and income in their life. This is no wonder Robert's got so many people underneath him. Everyone I know wants more freedom and more income. And then we reach out to people and they go, what is this? It's like, wow, this is not as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
And that's what we do. We have unrealistic expectations. We start into the practice mode, and you play a chord and it doesn't sound like it's supposed to sound. And so we do another one and that doesn't sound like it's supposed to sound. And then it's like, that's immediately where Dino comes in and goes, Bob, you know, you're really, really good at acquiring customers and taking care of your family. You're just not a people person, dude.
Well,
you're not. You're not. So, yeah, brutally honest, you know, you sort of hate people. They lie. They always lie. They tell you they're going to get in and they don't. You know, I'll have money by next Friday. I'll do it then. Just one bullshit lie after another after another. And it's like, how many times should I reach out to people and they won't even reach back? They just ghost me. See, that's where your focus is. So with your focus being there, and this is what always happens to me, then that's what always happens to me. On the other hand, me, I still don't know why. I think that, not I think, I know that my mentor was brutally honest with me. So if you guys remember the conversations that he said to me, is it'd be like what Mr. Beast says about YouTube. Do 100 videos and then get back to me. See, so people look at, how do I monetize my YouTube channel? How do I build a website? How do I hook up the website to an email responder? How do I get a URL to work? And then all of a sudden I go to your site and it's, you know, not only a URL.com, but forward
slash.
Thank you. /products.
Sure.
.asp or whatever, right? Or HTML. And then people go, wow, it not only got a website, but it's got multiple pages to the website.
Sure.
And see, you're going like, that's why most people, when they try to teach people stuff, they go, I don't want to teach you. Go buy a domain from Google, give me admin permission, let me do it. Because trying to show you how to do it is just a waste of my freaking time. I just don't know how to do this stuff. And it's like, that's what we all do. So the first step is the people that want to do it, because the majority of the people are going, it's a scam. What would people think? I'm too busy. You know, all my friends are not going to like me. See, so they already not going to do it. But now the people that are going to do it, then in their mind, it's like, oh my God, I got 5,000 friends. I'll go through the 5,000 friends. I'm going to get them all. No. So we're not willing to go through the uncomfortable spot and practice enough to do it. So when you decided to be an affiliate marketer and design websites and learn advertising to drive to websites that have, you know, a very high active rate of someone putting in their information and doing that. When you learn to do that, now that's your new comfort zone.
Right.
So someone says, hey, do this connecting thing. So this is what my mind did. My mind went like Mr. Beast. My mentor said, Robert, how fast do you think you can peak interest? Find people that are interested. How fast could you go through 2,000 people? And I went, I used to work for as a mechanic 8 hours a day with an hour and a half going back and forth as far as a commute. So if I can put 10 hours in for somebody else, I can put 10 hours in for me. And it was statements like that that I said to him that he goes, you're going to crush this. You are going to crush this, because it's in doing it where you start learning things. Like you said, you keep getting these little aha moments.
Sure.
And then he did the thing with me that I still do with people. Do you know how many people make over $100,000 a year in the US? No, 10%. Really? Is that all? Google it. Only 5% make 200,000.
Wow.
So when people hear that, and then you put in how much do you need to be in the top 10% of the world? We already know where that goes. You know, that's 50 grand. You know, so in my mind, I always thought X amount of active people in my group equal X amount of money. And I just don't care how many times I have to drive around the racetrack to get faster. Just lap after lap after lap after lap. And it was funny. I know that people probably will take this wrong because I said it stupid. They'll get it. They'll get what I'm saying here. That's when I really understood the power of getting people excited and building their imagination that, you know, Bob, listen, I can you imagine being the person? I got this girl in my group, and she got in, and I told her to introduce me to the best person she knows. And it was this incredible woman named Deanna Stevenson. Her and her husband own their own businesses, their own CrossFit gyms, and they also market Herbalife. And she introduced me to Deanna Stevenson, and the first thing she said to me is, me and my husband have been following you for years. And I said, I would love to be able to jump on a Zoom with you and show you what I'm doing. And they said yes. And this girl sponsored them and made $260,000 in her first couple of years by sponsoring one frickin' person on that 30%. So when I seen this comp plan, that's when I started going, you know, man, Coach Bob, you didn't have to know me or know what I've done in accolades and all this stuff that I needed to know. You could have talked to one person and said, who do you know that would be interested in really, you know, making 6 figures plus? You should call Terry Hollis. So you reach out to Terry Hollis on social media. She looks at your thing, but orders the product, takes it, loves it, and then asks her husband and her son, can you help me build your little business? So that is why I'm willing to go through thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And I look at each person like a grain of sand, because it's not if I'm going to get a diamond or if I'm going to get a gold piece. They're there. They are there. And so I'm going, see, and when I look at affiliate marketing, that's when I sort of check out. It's like, wait a minute, I bring in this one person for a $6,000 training, make $3,000, then what happens? You go get another one. That sounds like when I was a mechanic. I worked for a week. I'm going, where's the compounding? Where's the leverage? Where's the exponential growth? So people that never created it, Coach Bob, don't believe it exists.
Right.
Listen, if you bring in 2 and they bring in 2 and that's 4, and then they bring in 2 and that goes down 10 levels, you got 30,000 people in your group, each one doing 40 in volume. That's 1.2 million. You're making 120 grand. And everybody goes, it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? Well, I brought in 155 people that I ignored and they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I didn't bring in 2. I brought in a couple hundred. And you sat down with them and got them to imagine what their life would be if they introduced you to the best people they know. I ain't doing that. That sounds like it takes too much time and too much skill and too much effort and too much giving a shit.
Okay. I totally get this now. All right. So I've got to put out my block of my time. I'm going to make it longer to connect with people. And my problem is I think is I'm not getting them excited. I just give them the opportunity and then I leave it up to them. I just say, here it is. So I got to really put excitement into them and make it a why for them and get them going.
Yeah, and let me use your previous skills. All right. Because you got them, Bob. Again, I look at my back office. Bob's #1 in my group. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Closed out another month as #1 and the Hollis organization. I'm proud of you. You got game and you got skill. So that means that there's something that you're doing that is that irresistible offer. Okay.
Right.
So you get people through a steps of skill that you've learned to get them not only to put their information in, but also to purchase something.
Right.
You develop those skills. They're the same skills I have. So if I said to you, I connect with you and you come back and you go, hey, I was hoping you could help me out. We're right now looking for people that are interested in making 6 figures. Who do you know that wants to make 6 figures? Well, what is this? Why are you interested? Well, if I knew what it was, what if I could show you how to make income without you investing a penny? I'm listening. Let's set a time to get on a Zoom and I'll show you the plan. Just like blueprints to a house. I'll show you a plan where we can get that. My goal is not only to get you an extra income for your family, but to continue to increase that. I don't want to get on a Zoom. Remember the first question I asked you? What was that? Who do you know that would get on a Zoom? That's why I asked you that question. Well, what is this? I really apologize. I'm looking for interested people that can follow instructions. So far, you're failing. Do you think that I'm that brutal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because if I can get them to get on a Zoom with me, and how many of you guys notice all these things that, well, we'll teach you to be a certified life coach. If you guys look at right now, what is the biggest thing that people are making money from is, Bob, I'll do the advertising and I'll set appointments for you. Because apparently you suck at that skill. Right? But if I can fill up your calendar with people that you got to jump on with for whatever amount of time that it takes. I think the first Zoom that I was on with Candace Bird Davis, That Zoom was like easily over an hour and a half. Because there was 6 women on there all asking questions. And then 5 of them decided not to do it. And Candace reached out to me and said, I want to work with you. We jumped on another Zoom. Bam.
Did you have all the answers then to that? Because a lot of times, I wouldn't have all the answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're confident enough to say this statement. You know what? I'm going to do my very best to help you do a plan. I have earned many, many, many checks with MDC. Right. And I even have pictures of me on stage winning the #1 trophy, the #1 plaque. I know what I'm doing.
Got you.
So I can show you. All I can do is show you. During the time we're doing it, if I run into things that I can help you with, I'll have my friend and mentor jump on with us.
Sure.
And so here's even a challenge with you. If you thought that you found someone that was excited enough that would jump on a Zoom, let me know what it is when it is, and I'll jump on with you. And you can watch me do it.
Okay.
We'll record it. And so now you get to watch Bruce Lee from afar do nunchucks.
Right.
Isn't that a great analogy? So it's
Yeah.
like you watch me do it, and the person gets in, introduces us to a couple of great people. I do the same with them. They introduce us to great people. Next thing you know, you got a whole group going.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm falling off, right? I just don't do that Zoom. You know what I mean? I just am not confident enough, I guess, at knowing the whole answers, and
right.
And then also the excitement part, that's a big thing too.
You will naturally get excited if you're showing someone else what to do. We get excited when it comes to helping other people.
Right.
So I know a different way of getting people results than you do.
Right.
And I learned it from exactly what my mentor did to me. Filled out the application. Everyone say hi to Robert. Okay, Robert, yeah. Next step, you ready? Yeah. Where do you see yourself getting started? I don't even have electricity. I don't have any money. You can't afford the $35 application fee? Nope. Get lost. You're a loser. Go borrow some money. Yeah. It's like, no, that isn't what my mentor said to me. He said, Robert, don't worry about money right now. If I could show you how to do this business before you put any money in, would you be interested? I said, I absolutely would. And he goes, I'm going to describe a person to you with certain things. And I want you to think of a name. Just think of a first name. And then he started doing that to me. He goes, so who do you know that's always positive? Who do you know that's, got a lot of energy? Who do you know that's, you go into a room and they usually got a group of people around them. They're all laughing. They're a good storyteller. They're a good joke teller. Who do you know that when everyone's in the room and they walk in, it seems to go silent for a second? Oh my God, this is going to be fun. Coach Bob's here. Now the party starts, right? Who do you know that's got nice vehicles? One for him and his wife. They live in a nice place. They got nice toys. The person with the most toys wins. Who do you know like that? Rick. Why? Well, he worked his whole life for his father, plumbing business. And then when his dad got ill and got a little older, he took over the business. Okay. So what if I reached out to Rick with your permission and I said, "Hi, Rick, this is Bill. I'm sitting here with a friend of yours, Robert. You better use Bobby. He's not going to know me as Robert." Okay, I'll use Bobby. And I told him if he knew anyone that could help us expand the business, because they would know a lot of people that need to make money. And when I asked him who he knew that fit the description we're looking for, he said your name. Based off his recommendation, I'd like to share with you what we're doing and see how we can help each other. If I said that to Rick, would you let me call him? Yeah. He goes, great. What's his number? I was like, shit. Right now? Yeah. He called Rick. Hey, Rick, I'm sitting here with Bobby. And he started giggling. I still don't know what Rick said. It's like, something funny, something cut up, whatever. You know what I mean? Does that guy owe me money or something? I don't know. But it's like, where is he? I need my money back. He said something, right? Made Bill laugh. And then he said, listen, I explained to Bobby some things that we're looking for to help us expand our company. And the first person he said was you. Is there any way we could spend some time together? And Rick said, yeah. And he goes, you got a piece of paper and a pencil? I do. Write down this address. So when can you get down here? I think he asked, is Bobby there right now? I said, and he goes, yeah. He goes, listen, I'll be right there. I'll be there in 45 minutes. Rick came in, watched the same video as I did. Bill walked up to him and said, you see an opportunity for yourself? He goes, I absolutely do. He goes, where do you see yourself getting started? At the top. With tax and freight, that's $5,269. No problem. Yeah, it's magic when you put people that want to change their lives into people that are confident enough with their persona to know that they can get the person there. Where I believe a lot of people fail, not believe, I know, is they keep thinking about their results. When we're talking about personas, one of the first names that comes up is Dale Earnhardt. Everyone that knew Dale Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Mario Andretti, everyone that knew these people. Can you imagine saying this? Because we know this in all sports, right? Coach Bob?
Oh, sure.
Oh, Coach Bob. He's like one of the nicest people. You can't pay for anything when he's around. He's just the nicest guy in the world. Until he puts on that uniform. That guy's an asshole. How many people have you guys heard this about? It's like, he's Dale Earnhardt. He's one of the nicest guys in the world. He gives to charity. He helps everybody out. Then he puts a helmet on, straps in a race car, and he's called the Intimidator. All the drivers that drove with him said the same thing. His car is black. He was called the Man in Black. And it's like people look in the rearview mirror and it's like, tell me that's not Dale. That's what people would say. And it's like, he's coming. He's coming. And it's like, he was going to push you out of the way. And every race that Dale Earnhardt lost, where someone paid him back, spun him out, stuck him in the wall, whatever, they would interview Dale Earnhardt and go, how you feel about Coach Bob spinning you out? I had it coming. So everyone that wins the race and pushes him out of the way, he had it coming. It's like, yeah. It's like, so that's a different persona, right?
Sure.
You know, all of a sudden you get in the car and it's like, this is my job. I have an owner and a sponsor. I have my fans paid their hard-earned money to come out here. My job is to get the kiss from the trophy girl. Oh, that's probably too sensitive now today. You know what I mean? Let's not, yeah, let's not get that out of there. So did that help you?
Oh God, Robert, definitely, definitely. It's just that connecting with people, getting them excited, and doing the Zoom. That's where I'm having. That's my big thing. And then
Well,
talking, asking them for their best person, contacting them. I think that's where a lot of people have their problems, right? I mean,
Right.
it's that
Now,
connection.
I tell people this because I created the same video as my mentor created for me. Is the plan.
Right.
So if you know, I believe that somebody could put in a videotape and it's a peak of interest and you pull it out and you go, does this sound interesting to do? Yeah. Well, how would you like to see how you make money? Yeah, I want to skip that part. I'm telling you, I'm like, okay, no problem. But if someone says, hey, there's really no reason to do this, when you agree, Coach Bob, is if we can't make it worth it. I know that you know that other people that have tried sports, tried musical instruments, tried to learn how to dance, sing, speak different languages. There's a lot of people that have tried a lot of things. But wouldn't you agree to me that the only reason that you would continue to do something is if you've seen yourself actually getting the results that other people got? Let me show you how they did it. So I could share it with you, or I could show you this video that shows a plan on exactly how to dial in any income you want. So I would show a videotape, pull it out, nodding with my head, assuming the sale. You know, is that exciting or what? Yeah, that is exciting. Can you believe that people actually make that kind of money? I wouldn't believe it unless I've seen it. Would you be interested in looking at the next tape now that shows you how you could do that? No, leave that out. So, but if you connected with somebody and you said, hey, listen, that short little video I shared with you, see, I love telling people what the video is. You know, the video is to find people that are interested, the people that have ears to hear, the people that are at the right time in their life. You just watched the video. Are you interested? Yeah, but I don't know. Listen, you just need to be interested. What I'd like to do is in a group chat, I'd like to introduce you to Robert. He's my friend and business partner. Would you be okay with that? Yeah. So then they connect together. I say, you go, hey, hey, Robert, you know, this is Coach Bob. I just found a person named Tammy. She's really excited. I told her that I'd like to introduce you to her, and here she is. And I'll come on there and say, thanks, Coach Bob. It's always great to hear your voice. You know what I mean? I love working with you. And Tammy, welcome to the company. Any questions that you have, I'm right here to handle them. And if you would like, you know, we're all three here. We can actually schedule a time to jump on a Zoom. And I can share with you exactly how you can get an extra income for you and your family. So again, I feel confident that if people follow me, and do what I share with them, that they can get results. Easy for me. Now, back in the day, I knew that if I could get people in front of Bill, it was over. Does that mean that he closed everyone that I put in front of him? No. But I know if they watch Bill's tape and then watch the next steps, which was the plan. Yeah, it's when you guys find the right people at the right time in their life, this is what a lot of you probably haven't experienced.
Right.
They'll run over you. They'll totally cut you out in a good way. Yeah, I'd like to jump on a Zoom. Well, this is what we do. So share this affiliate link in your video with as many people as I can, as fast as I can. Yeah. Thanks a lot. If I have any questions, you're there. Yeah. Gotta go.
Right.
And so people still look at my first screenshot of my very first 2 weeks in this company. And I got 81 people that bought product. I forget how many thousands of pre-enrollees. That's what we call our free today.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I just know the numbers.
Sure.
I know if I try to pique the interest with one person a month, yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It doesn't feel good. It's nothing's good about it. So I know that you're getting it, and I want you to.
Yes,
Just like Lisa Marie, you guys got to be patient with yourself, and you keep getting the next aha, the next aha, the next aha. It's like, because if you're learning how to use nunchucks, yeah, you got to do the basic move until the basic move doesn't hurt you anymore. But that's not what people do. They do the basic move and then they start doing other things. And yeah, you better practice with some padded ones. Because they have some padded ones.
Yeah, I'll take those. Oh, thanks so much.
Thank you, Coach Bob. I love and appreciate
Yeah,
you.
love and appreciate you too.
Yeah, great questions as always.
Have a beautiful Easter, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy New Day. Yeah, great Easter, great Saturday.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, Kelly just raised her hand. Kelly Davis, do we have time to squeeze her in?
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, turn your camera back on. I saw you there. You sneaking in. There you go. You're going to unmute and please share with us.
Okay, just a couple things, just a couple shout outs. Yesterday I jumped on and watched Corky on his his TikTok live. And I was watching him and he was reading from the Bible and it was so beautiful. It was just the coolest. Like, it's such a good feeling when you're watching him. And some moron kept coming in there going, Santa isn't real. God said Santa isn't real. Like, the guy was spamming the whole thing. And I just had to shout out Corky because he just people were getting angry at this guy in the chat. Not Corky. He was like, I invite you to stay. And he prayed for him. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. Like, he just didn't even faze him. For him, nothing. It was incredible. So Corky, that was so fun to watch. And I'm so proud of you. And second, last weekend, I went to Montana for a visit. And my cousin has this sales company that she does. She sells these ring bombs where she drops them in the water and it's a surprise and they all jump on there and order. Well, we are about 24 days apart and we grew up together and we have this dynamic that is stupidly awesome. And she asked me to go on her live with her. So I sat there in my little arm brace and I was the color person, just saying stupid stuff, like just being myself, just joking around with them, whatever. We were on that live 3 hours
Yes.
while she made her money selling her ring bombs. But get this. She said one time, Kelly, I want you to get on your phone and type in "it's me" because I want on TikTok.
Say that again.
And
You
I
broke
said,
up.
oh, hold on. Let me shut this off. I'm sorry.
Oh no, she didn't go.
I think we lost her. We lost her. Darn, she had something good going on there.
No, I
Yeah.
wanted to hear them.
She'll probably jump on quick. You guys, well, we can wait a few seconds for her.
We can. In the meantime, what I can do is kind of get some of the closing stuff out of the way.
Sure, go ahead.
Like, for example, I thought I just saw her. I'm sorry. There she is. Hang on. All right. She's joining. Kelly, get back with us. Where are you? Come on. Hang on. I'm going to unmute you. There you go. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Did you hang up on us?
I had my headset on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Did you hang up?
It doesn't matter if I can hear. I just need to talk. So, my headset's telling me to shut it off because it's dead. It's dead. It's dead. We've been on here too long. Anyway, so my cousin tells me to type in there because they need to follow me on the TikTok too. And I wasn't even there to sell anything. I wasn't there to do anything. I was just having fun with my cousin. I got like 120 followers because of just being authentic, just being myself. So what did I do? Reach out to every freaking one of them.
Yes.
And I already have one that said, "Oh, do you do this thing too?" And I said, "No, I don't do this business. I have a different business." "Well, what do you do?" And I sent her a presentation. Like, you don't even have to be doing, just being authentic is, I think that's what my take was. Yeah. So yeah. I just wanted to share that win. It was huge.
Thank you, Kelly. I'm glad that we stayed on for a few more minutes. That was worth hearing.
And good job, Corky.
I think that was good job, Corky, as she kind of went muted there. So,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, wow. Thank you so much for sharing, Kelly.
So happy Easter to all those that celebrate it. Happy Easter, happy New Day for those of you that don't. And Craig, go ahead and close her out, please.
All right. Well, lots of great things shared today on this Ask Me Anything with the amazing Robert Hollis. If you want to save the chats, for those of you that are watching on YouTube, the chat will recycle very soon, so just watch for it. It'll come up. Or what we'll do is we will take the chat from Zoom and put it in the description below the YouTube shortly after we conclude here. If you want to save all of that information, all of that great information from the chat here in Zoom, and you're on Zoom, click the three dots near the title of this Zoom in the meeting chat section, and then click on Save Chat. It will download on your computer at the very end. Shout outs to Coach Curtis, Lisa Marie Cook, John Tier, Coach Bob Johnson, Kelly Davis, and Santa Corky for making an appearance. We appreciate you being part of this amazing Ask Me Anything. Got to give shout out to also Matt Hollis, our executive producer. Thank you, Matt, and thank you for all the contributions you make to us, not just here on the AMAs, on the Imaginators, on the Inner Circle, but just what you do for us in the background. We love you and we appreciate you. And finally, a notice, as kind of Robert intimated, we will be taking tomorrow off because of Easter Sunday. So for those of you that are Imaginators, hang on. We're coming back the following Sunday. So enjoy your Easter. And again, everyone, thank you so very much for being here. We know your time is valuable, and we appreciate the fact that you are here with us. I'm going to go ahead and click the unmute button here so we can all say so long. So until next time, be good to yourselves, be cash, bye-bye, and so long for now. Go ahead, unmute, And
Hey, thanks, Robert.
Alrighty.
Happy
everybody.
Easter to everybody. Love you all.
Easter.
Happy
Happy
Easter.
birthday.
Bye.
Happy Resurrection Day.
Happy birthday, Karen. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you, Robert.
You bet.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael, Mary,
Thank you,
Katie,
everybody. Happy
Arthur.
Easter, Robert. God
Thank
bless
you,
you
thank
and
you,
your
Coach-
family. And Craig
Bob.
and Matthew.
Thank you.
Big hug, everyone. Thank you.
Hi, Peter and Linda. How are you? Super.
Super
Yeah,
couple.
super. Thanks, Daniel. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Robert.
Melody, Deborah. Thank you, Diane.
Happy Easter.
Thank you, Sarah.
Love it, Peter.
Happy Easter.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Melody, John.